I'd like to call to order the August 14th, 2018 Planning Board meeting. At this time, I'd ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In accordance with the State Government Ethics Act, it is the duty of every planning board member to avoid conflicts of interest. Does any planning board member have any known conflict of interest with respect to any matters coming before the planning board today?
No. No, sir.
Very well. All right, there is a quorum with 5 members present. Are there any changes to tonight's agenda? All right, if there are no changes, I'd like to entertain a motion for approval of the agenda as presented.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? All right, so moved. No old business? All right, new business.
Minutes?
Oh, I'm sorry, I did miss that one. All right, are there any changes to the July 10th, 2018 minutes?
Yes.
All right.
It mentions, and I can't look at it right now because I lost my glasses, so I'm blind as a bat. But I did make a statement about the use permit. And after Lori made a statement about the differences between, I changed the suggestion to a CZ and ultimately voted nay. So I just wanted to correct the minutes as they're printed.
It shows a unanimous vote, and he actually
Yeah.
voted.
That's
nay.
right, yeah.
It was a 5-1.
Yep. Sure you've got that? Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Are there any other changes to the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes as corrected, sir.
We have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so moved. Now there's no old business, so the new business. For each case as presented to the planning board, the following time limits are in effect. I don't think we're going to reach this, but I'll put it out anyway. The applicant and persons in support have a total of 20 minutes to present their proposal and make comments. Persons in opposition to the request have a total of 20 minutes to make comments. The applicant then has a total of 5 minutes for rebuttal. All right, for the first case, PB 1818, request to modify Chapter 4 of the Unified Development Ordinance to allow veterinary clinics with no outdoor facilities to locate on lots smaller than 2 acres. Is there anyone here to represent the case? All right, if so, I'll ask you to come up and state your name and address, and then I'll ask you to have a seat while staff presents the case.
David Stumpf, 3916 Tarker Ridge Drive, Kitty Hawk, North Carolina.
Thank you very much.
I don't think his mic's on.
Cherie, can you check that mic real quick? Is it?
It doesn't sound like that mic's on.
I didn't really hear.
Testing.
Oh, yep, just wasn't close enough, I guess. Gotta get right up on it.
Top of the mic, yeah.
All right, Jason, you're going to be presenting the case?
Yes.
All right, good.
Okay, I guess I'll just start by giving a little bit of background. So currently in the ordinance, any vet clinics are required to be on a lot of 2 acres or greater. And when the applicants came forward with the request to locate on one smaller than that, we started to look at, well, why is that in there? Why is that a requirement? And what we found out was it was because they wanted to accommodate for outdoor runs, kennels, and things like that that might generate noise and require more separation from adjacent uses. And so what they're proposing is a vet clinic that has none of that, and all the animals will be inside. Even if they're kept overnight, they'll be in there, and hopefully not making a whole lot of noise. So we started looking at ways to allow that, and basically we just changed that one section of the ordinance to say except for veterinary clinics with no outdoor facilities. That basically puts it back to a default to whatever lot size is required for the zoning district, the way it's written right now. And all these other regulations that are in here are based on the outdoor amenities. Numbers 2, 3, and 4 in the specific standards are really geared toward the outdoor amenities. So staff can't really see a reason why this wouldn't be allowed, and we definitely are recommending approval of it. If you guys have any questions?
No hour facility. Yeah, I have a question for you, Jason. No hour facilities chooses a lot that is actually non-conforming, or should I say, not only lot, but perhaps the improvements on the lot.
But there is, the non-conforming there's a section in here that discusses non-conforming lot area, which is what you're asking about, and it does say that those that are in conformance with the rules at the time when they were created, that they can be considered conforming. So I'm around to say, but it's possible.
Are you able to tell the planning board in what zoning can a veterinary exist?
Yep, 1 second. All right, limited business, city center would have, and so basically general business, limited business,
And not McCarr.
would have, and light industrial, and villas. So basically general business, limited business,
And not McCarr.
And not single-family mainland or single-family.
no residential, generally residential nature. And there's only certain, commercial things that are allowed in the ag zone. Yes, we don't have some control over where that's going, rules for that. And there's only certain commercial things that are allowed in the ag zone. Yes, we don't have some control over where that's going, rules for that.
As long as it's general business, there's no use permit.
That's correct. It's just a site plan review. Yep, just a zoning permit.
Any other questions for staff? All right, if the applicant would come up and present their case.
Hi, good evening. Hopefully that's a little bit better this time. My name is David Stumpf. That's my wife, Jessica Stumpf. Back in January, we opened our mobile veterinary practice, First Light Mobile Veterinary Services, and things have been going very well. Jess has been a veterinarian for 10 years now. She worked at Martin's Point, right at the base of the bridge, seen many clients from Currituck, Dare County, all the Outer Banks. So now she's gone mobile, and things are going very well. She spends a lot of time driving up the highway. But a lot of our patients have been asking, our clients have been asking for more. Minor surgeries, more access to Jess, and that's tough to do when she's on the road all day. There's just limits to what she can see. And one of her clients actually presented an opportunity for us to lease some space from her so she can actually set up this clinic. It's in Lower Currituck, and it's a good opportunity for, kind of get some of those beach people kind of creep over to Currituck, which is fine by us. I guess when we spoke with Jason, my big concern, I guess, the rules as they're stated now, the current veterinary practices in Currituck don't meet that criteria. So these clinics are essentially operating just grandfathered in. Well, we'd like an opportunity to kind of get in there too. We don't have any plans for anything outdoor. We don't plan on keeping anything overnight unless we have to. But again, that would be inside. Noise, smells would all be minimal because it'll be all inside and contained within this small little space. We're not looking to go huge. We're not looking to build some monster place. We just need something small that we can actually do the work that needs to be done. And we appreciate your guys' consideration.
All right, any questions for the applicant?
Can you tell us about the parcel you have in mind?
It's a small little space. I had the address pulled up, and I can pull it up again. It's in a small little strip that has the Point Harbor post office, the
Flores Design.
Flores Design.
It's right down by
It's
the
the old
bridge.
Flores Design space. They're moving out to the, I guess, this place at the end. So they offer us a small place. It's like, I think, 1,100 square feet. So it's not going to be a very big place, but it would be a place that we could practice and provide the service that people want that we just can't do out of a truck.
If I could, I'd like to add to what he said about the existing businesses. I might be mistaken, but I don't think either one of those have outdoor runs or kennels. Does anyone know about the Moyoc one, whether they do or not? Anyway, the point being is that this is also an opportunity to correct some nonconformities that are out there and make them compliant for what they are.
So this would actually bring the existing ones into compliance.
Assuming that the one in Moyoc doesn't have an outdoor run, which I'm not sure about. I know the one in Grandy does not.
So,
Yeah, so.
okay.
And how big is the parcel?
It's 1.17. I just looked it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, 1.17 acres.
For this 1,700 square feet
Well,
exclusively, or is it for the strip?
Strip, yeah. There's 3 units or so in
Three
there.
units.
Yeah.
I don't know, can you consider that acreage to one dwelling?
I'm not sure.
You see what I'm saying? You know, if you got 5 acres and you got 5 pieces in there, they all have 5 acres, or do they have a portion of that 5 acres?
Yeah, you're saying that the existing 3 units are sharing the 1.17
Sure,
acres?
yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. What are the other businesses, just out of curiosity?
Post office?
Post office, a antique store.
Do you happen to know the size of the unit?
I believe it's around 1,100 square feet.
Thank you.
Jason, is that actually zone GB as well?
I believe it is.
I believe it is as well.
Yep.
It doesn't specify, when it talks about the size of the lot, it doesn't specify how many businesses can be on that lot. It just says the lot has to be that size.
Yeah.
But it is considered one structure.
Right.
Is that
It is
correct?
all one structure as far as I can tell. From the aerial photo, it looks like it's all one structure, yeah.
So even though there may in fact be more than one unit in there, it is still one structure.
Right.
Yes.
I don't have any other questions for the applicant.
Does anyone else have any questions for the applicant? Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
your time.
Discussion.
All right, any comments?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, in our preliminary meeting, a work session today, we discussed the possible impacts that this may have on potential veterinary clinics occupying structures that were legally non-conforming or non-conforming. And we discussed perhaps having a minimum square footage that would be in relation to what the minimum square footage for a lot in general business zoning district might be, which is 40,000 square feet. That would still permit the applicant to occupy that unit in Point Harbor. but also it's logical to make it coalesce with the zoning district minimum square footage. That way there'll be no conflict in having no specific language in this text compared to very specific language in the GB text that says minimum 40,000 square feet. So I'd like to make the suggestion to add the language in here, perhaps in number 1, or add a second in there to have the minimum square footage for a veterinary clinic with no outdoor facilities to be in line with the minimum square footage for a lot in any of those zoning districts in which it might exist.
For the applicant, is that something you're okay with, to modify the verbiage to?
That's absolutely fine.
Okay.
We could just add a sentence in here that says vet clinics with no outdoor facilities shall meet the minimum lot size for the zoning district where they're located. That would probably take care of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then it's in the specific standards for that use. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other comments or concerns?
I'm racking my brain trying to figure out how this is going to come around to bite somebody
I know,
in the future, because people sharing land, I just have a problem with
Opening
that.
up strip
You know,
mall.
I see a red flag down the road for somebody else. I can't come up with an example, but it just makes the hair in the back of my neck stand up.
Unintended consequences, yeah. Yeah, because the assumption, when we were talking about in there was, one business, 40,000 square feet, yeah. But that's not necessarily how it's written. It's actually written that
It should
the
be on a
structure
lot that size.
is on a lot.
Yeah.
It's 40,000 square feet, and the structure could contain multiple businesses.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that's going to prohibit them from moving in that unit
Not that I'm aware of.
if we approve what we just discussed?
I don't think so.
I think
There looks to be plenty of parking and all sorts, all that standard stuff. Should be fine.
I think the main purpose that we were discussing was the impact on a non-conforming, or should I say, the impact of the occupation of a veterinary clinic with no outdoor facilities on a non-conforming lot with perhaps non-conforming structures, impact on neighboring properties. And that was the reason for that. And, having multiple tenants in an office environment that may exist on a 40,000 square foot lot, the impact likely would be a negative impact on the other tenants and not necessarily
On the
those other
adjacent
people
lots,
that
right.
are on the other lots, if you'd make it so the square footage is aligned with the minimum lot size. But I can see where John's point is,
Yeah.
where it is possible that the occupation of a veterinary clinic with no outdoor facilities in a office environment could be, or could potentially be a negative impact on the other tenants
In the strip mall.
in a strip mall. Mhm.
Yeah.
And that may even very well be an obstacle for whoever's going to be the landlord. I mean, that may be something that they say, hey, we don't want
Right.
a veterinary clinic here because it may disturb the other tenants.
Because to be honest,
we don't know
the-
about that.
Right. And there are probably all sorts of uses that aren't good next to each other.
But that are permissible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, I wasn't necessarily singling out veterinary clinics.
Just anybody.
I'm thinking
Yes.
all kinds of,
Right.
not specifically veterinary clinics.
And hopefully landlords have the foresight to prevent those instances from happening. Hopefully they will.
I know they do have stuff like that because some strip malls will only allow 1 or 2 food
Yeah.
businesses in there.
They have non-compete clauses.
All doesn't become food businesses.
Yeah. Or the same kind of food or whatever. They do that at the
Or
beach.
septic limitations for food
Yeah.
preparation and consumption.
Well,
Also the building design, or whether it was designed for what you're trying to do in there. Fire code. There's all sorts of things.
It's that and the precedent, because it was stated, he wanted the same advantages as all the other grandfathered businesses, so you do this, word gets around, what's the next one? Hello.
Somebody's not here anymore.
Guess I'm not here. Is that me?
I'd fall.
Don't kick the thing.
Well, I think, as we discussed in our work session, having a minimum is logical. If you have no minimum, then the potential is there for someone to occupy a lot with a veterinary clinic with no outdoor facilities on a very minimum lot size that is non-conforming but is existing.
So let's assume for a moment that that lot that they're looking at was 2 acres right now, and it had 6 businesses in that. There's nothing preventing them from going in there. So John, that would be my take, was all we're doing really is for future veterinary clinics, we're saying you have to be on a lot that's a minimum of 40,000 square feet. You can't move into an existing non-conforming lot that's 12,000 square feet.
Correct.
You know, I think that's really,
That's a good point.
Yes.
Jason, just off the top of your head, are the minimum lot sizes for LB and LI or ag similar to 40,000 square feet?
Ag might be different. I think the other ones are probably similar. I will check.
I just wanted to make sure that there were none lower than 40,000.
Right. You feel like that's the number that, smallest number we should go with?
Yeah.
So ag, on county water supply is 30,000. But that's for new major subdivision lots. Minor subdivisions, 40,000. So there's potential there to be on a 30,000 square foot lot, but keep in mind they have to have a use permit in the ag zone.
Right. All right, very good. Thank you, Jason. I think that answered that.
Okay.
Just wanted to see if there would be a conflict.
I want to
with
check
having
the other
numerically
two.
40,000 but with a use permit, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, limited business is also 40,000. And I think light industrial was the other one. It's 60,000.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
any other discussion? All right, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve PB 1818 Davis Stump Veterinary Clinic's text amendment, and also adding to the existing verbiage, perhaps adding line 2, and the other 2, 3, and 4 would be renumbered, for it to say veterinary clinics with no outdoor facilities must meet the minimum lot size for the zoning district in which they be in, or similar language.
Right.
And it is in the public interest. It will not injure property values of adjacent properties. And the text amendment proposes to allow necessary facilities for residents of Currituck County.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you very much for your time. All right, are there any announcements?
No, sir.
All right, then do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All right, All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn. Thank you, gentlemen.